Okay, today's project, making fire starters for when we're out in the wilderness. Basically, good old-fashioned egg can container. It is obviously made out of like a cheap cardboard. Cut off the strip, put it in there, so there's a bunch of little light points. Then what we're going to do is Mama's wastebasket in the laundry room. Just take some lint, shove a couple in there. That's really all you got to do. So the lint from your clothes is what's going to start. The nice thing about this type of fire starter is it doesn't matter if it gets wet. It doesn't matter if it's raining. As long as you could get it out of the rain to light it, it'll light. And it will give you enough heat, fire, to dry out your kindling to get your flame going. So, whoever said this was such a waste. So, I've been trying to use this for a long time, and I'm very excited to finally look up on top of our refrigerator over there and see Mama has been holding on to some of these egg containers. What I got going on here in the good old Coors Light can is melted candle wax. Now I did check with Mama before to make sure if I stole her little candles that I wouldn't get into lots of trouble. These are the ones she doesn't like, but she does have a box here that she would like to keep because they keep them very convenient, and all I'm doing is taking these, go ahead and discard that, take the candle, drop it in the wax, and let it melt. And then we're going to finish letting that melt. This is going to go in here. I just pour a little bit of wax on it, get it saturated, and the wax will dry. It will become hard as it is already. And these things will burn for quite a while until the wax goes away. So, you don't have to do the little sticks. I just did it because it's like more substance to burn, so I'm hoping it'll give me a longer burn time. But which I can see that at the end. So, okay, when that finished melting, I will come back and do the pour. Okay, finally got all the wax melted. Doesn't matter that the little pieces of yarn are still in there for the candles. Hopefully I'll go in there, add me some more structure. I'll go ahead and give this a little pinch. Give me kind of like a little pour spout. Okay, yeah, I don't really like this glove. How hot that is. That's pretty hot. Okay. I'm only doing this with two hands because I really don't want to slip out. Make a mess all over my wife's counter. She'll beat me. Let's see. We're kind of learning this together. You know, I've had this for a long time. I've seen it done in pictures. I'm sure somebody else has got a video of it, but I haven't seen it, so figured I should do it. Oh, got some on the counter. Mama's gonna be mad. And that's all you're doing, just do a little saturation. Doesn't have to be a lot. Biggest thing here is just want all that fiber to get wet. The bottom line is the more wax you have, the longer it's going to build. It's going to burn. Alright, there it is. because that's going to soak through on the bottom. Should have probably got me out some wax paper, because I get that on the counter, and Mom's not going to be so happy with me. Freezer. Oh, you know what? There's some right there. There's aluminum foil. That's going to work out just fine too. Okay. That put away. Okay. So basically, we're just going to let this sit and dry now. Harden up. And then once it gets done doing that, this comes off easy. So what you do is you just cut these little cubes out, and each one of those is a fire starter. Takes a couple minutes to do, no big deal. Takes a can. All I did is I used the knife, poked it, got a place to start, and I got in there with my scissors. I just went around it, threw a few of those in, melted them down. Everything's great and dandy. Okay, I'll turn it back on once that dries. Okay, so the wax is dried, and now I just cut the bottoms right here in the centers, and we're going to do it outside, Mike, so hold your horses. I just tear them apart. Don't really need these centers. But basically, that gives you something to light. Now, if they should get wet, we're going to try and get one wet and see how it lights. Okay. You could leave those parts on. I'll just take them off because they don't look good. But if they weren't wet, give you something to light. So, don't need to take them off. Okay. So I'm going to take a little one here. Come over here. Here's the water.
Why getting it wet?
To show that it'll light even wet. So obviously, we just lit this. I mean, we just got that soaking wet. Come out here.
I'm going to be lighting you guys.
And Mike is going to light it. Oh, and I let somebody borrow my fire pit. So, we'll just do it right here in the smoker. Does it work?
Yeah.
Let me see how much of a flame it'll put out. Okay, that's a really kind of little flame, my friend.
I want to do it.
Well, we're going to grab it different. Okay.
Can I do this one? I know how to do it. I know
So,
how to do that one.
I'm just going to, obviously, got to dry it.
So you're drying it?
Yeah, it's got to dry enough to light.
Here, can I
I
do
don't
it?
want my lighter, God, things getting hot. This thing doesn't have a very big flame, though.
Here.
Go grab me another one. it's already lit. There we go. Oh, it's lit. There we go. So.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, I want to do it.
Okay. Too close. Too close, baby. Too close.
Oh, I had it.
Basically, what's happening is the wax is melting.
Here it goes.
No.
Oh, it just went out. Oh, no. No, I got it.
Hold on there. Just keep going on that spot right there. We're drying it out, and the wax is going to melt off of the fibers. And as it melts, it'll give itself a catch flame. Okay. Okay, take it away. See if it'll still lit. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Nope, just leave it alone.
Or can we get some twigs?
No, just gonna see how long it lights for. So let's give it a time here. So that took a couple minutes. 6:21, 7:26. I mean, let's just put a timer on it. Oops. No, stop. I don't want that one. I want that. No, I just want to see how long it's going to burn for. So if you can imagine, this is the bottom, some wet wood. That's just burning and drying the wood as it's going, and it would catch on fire. And you can make this with the lint from your dryer, some old candles, or some candles you don't like. Best bet is to go to the dollar store and just buy some of their dollar candles. That works the best and the cheapest way to do it. I took a soda can, or I took a beer can, any kind of aluminum can will work. Cut the top off, put it in there, put it on the stove, melted it down as you saw before. And you can see this is going to go for quite a while, and there's pretty much nothing you can't start with that. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and watch this the whole time. I'll turn it back on once we get close to the end. Okay, so it's still going good. We're at the 3-minute mark. Finally dried the rest of it out. It's spreading, getting bigger. But even if I didn't have any wood, but you could imagine if you had some wood sitting around that wasn't completely dried out, you could sit that underneath it, and it would dry it all out. Why? It started a flame for you. Okay, it hasn't changed in any shape. It's exactly the same as when we started, except for now the whole thing's on fire. And we are sitting at 7 minutes and a little bit. And something tells me this is going to go for a long time. Okay, so it just finally went out. It's right at 11 minutes. It's gone a little bit, but basically what it did, all the lint on the inside is still there. But I think it finally just burnt out all the wax. I don't think there was still wax in there. It would still be burning, kind of just like the way a candle works at home. But, yeah. So, gives you a solid 10 minutes to start to dry out some wood. But for free, basically, you know, go to the dollar store. It might cost you a couple bucks to make 12 of them. But, yeah. And you saw how wet it was when I started it. I think I'm going to trim off the rest of those little hanging pieces so if they get wet it's not so hard to start, because once I started the lint it melted the wax, where obviously it can't get wet within the wax. I think that worked out great. Yeah, so. Okay, thanks for watching. Mike's practicing his cast.